Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so here it is. We're live now again. Welcome back, everyone. So now this is the final roundtable for today. Here we're going to share resources from teachers from many different countries. We're going to do that in English, and we're going to get the app to translate, because I know that some people have asked for that, and we're going to try to integrate everyone. So in a little bit we'll give you the code. Vamos a tener el código para traducir en unos minutos. In 2 secondi abbiamo il codice. Okay, so again, the same thing again is going to be, so thank you, is the last one, yes, CEAKH. Okay, so can anyone put in there, please, in the Zoom and the YouTube? The same thing again, so translate.it, and then, let me see. I'm gonna read it again. I just want to do that. Where's my later? So the code is C for Charlie, E for Echo, A for Alpha, K for Kilo, H for Hotel. And so.
L'ho scritto?
Yeah, in the YouTube as well, or
No, just on Zoom.
Too many pages open.
Mi date solo per capire, i sottotitoli sono anche in italiano.
You, Microsoft Good. Subtitles in other languages. Go to translate.it / oopsie. Sorry, I'm very slow. Okay, now that's it. And I put this also in the YouTube channel. Come on. What's this? I don't see it now. We're broadcasting, yes. It's slow again. Okay. Now, okay, well, back again. Well, so welcome back, everyone. I guess this is now working. Okay, so we have now the last roundtable, which we're going to do pretty much the same. We're going to present different educational resources. Different teachers are going to be presenting them. And again, we will have short presentations followed by many questions. In the past, we even have like people from the Spanish channel that were so engaged into asking many questions that I think they're still there. And many of them are going to be able to join later. We had many roundtables that many people wanted to have for much longer. Well, at the end of the day, we thought that 90 minutes each was a good balance of not too long, not too short. And this is what we're doing now. Now, in this presentation, we're going to have, let me see, this presentation, we're going to have Daniela from Portugal presenting. We're going to have also, if, I don't know if, oh, okay. Oh, that's I can hear my voice now from a lady, the same things I say. Oh, this is funny. Now we're going to have, I think, Iota from Greece presenting, yeah? Okay. We're going to have Filippo from Italy presenting, and we're going to have, Margarita from Spain presenting, although, yes, it's here. Okay, good. I can see you all. Perfect. So that's it. So did I mention 4? So maybe in this order. And so Daniela, if you want, you can start sharing your your screen. Oh, let me talk a little bit if you're not quite ready. Now, remember, tools that are very, very important. You can use any, you can use computer tools. But I like to use a piece of paper and a pen because that makes me think more about what people are saying and asking questions. In the past roundtable, we decided that if any value we can give, especially when we're using artificial intelligence, is the ability to ask good questions. If we ask good questions to people, they give us good answers. Nowadays, if you ask good questions to artificial intelligence, you get good answers. If your question is not good enough, then maybe you don't get what you want. So use this skill that looks like it's going to be more and more important in the future. Think about good questions to ask. So I was thinking ladies first, but it looks like a gentleman, Filippo, is going to be first because he's ready. Take your time, Daniela, don't worry. This is why collaborating is so good, because whenever you're not ready, someone else might be. Okay, go Filippo, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Alvaro. This afternoon, I'm not going to be presenting something specifically, but I would like to show with you, to share with you a list of educational resources that can be useful, and not only educational resources, but together with templates. And it could be useful also because I have been uploading those on EduPlat platform. So if you let me share the screen, I will show you the templates, and if you would like to ask me questions, they are more than welcome. And there will be a chance also to see how to get access to EduPlat platform. So I'm going to share. Okay. So basically, what I did was, okay, let me just. Can you see it? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So this is my profile on. Oh, it's not my profile. So I'm going to get access. And
sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Just in case you wonder, I had my translating device blocked, so I don't know if yours is working.
Yeah.
So if yours is working, then it's good. If not, I have created a new link. Okay, so
yes,
yeah,
please, we have to use the new one.
I'm just going to put the new link for the translation. Yeah, it's not working now. So the new code is the same page: D for Delta, K for Kilo, E for Echo, Q for Quebec, and G for Golf. Okay, so same thing again. Is going to be working now. Yeah, it's in the chat. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So I was going to say that I'm going to be show some templates that can be useful for you teachers. And firstly, I'm going to log in with my email address and password. And on my profile, you can see once okay, it's ready. Oh no, that's the best timing. Okay, I'm going to refresh the page. And
just one thing. I don't know if you can hear me.
It's okay. Good. So,
if you can hear me, Filippo, hello.
Okay, this is my profile. I don't know if there's some troubles in seeing it. Let me know. It's just flashing sometimes. I don't know why.
Filippo, can you hear me?
Okay. This is in Italian because my profile is in Italian. And if I go on my profile, hopefully I will. Okay. You will be seeing some templates of different kinds of education, because I wanted to just be able to share whatever kinds of templates, because I guess not everyone is teaching English nor geography, but there are many teachers here. So let's start, for example, randomly with this template from Genially, which is obviously a software that everyone knows. But what I did today is just to concentrate every kind of template, which is like 1/10 of all the templates you can easily find on website. But due to the fact that EduPlat is here to facilitate that, here are several templates, because as Alvaro mentioned many times, EduPlat is about sharing educational resources, but also sharing templates. And I'm going to show you like what you can do. Okay, so if you go on my profile, you can see my name, you can see my karma point that got increased since last time. Maybe someone graded my educational resources, and thank you for that. In case you can see, for example, this school notebook presentation. So as you can read, this is for presenting. But if we have a look on the several entries you can go through, you see, for example, here visit. So once you click the link brings exactly the template. So it goes directly straight to the template that you can use easily because it's open access, it's editable, and it's well, all the templates I selected are pretty catchy, so you can interact with your students, get them engaged. As you can see, this is just a template, so you can fill the template with whatever you want, whatever you believe it's interesting for your lessons. So if we have a look through, we can see, for example, the first page, and then there is the content section, which is this one. So you can put, for example, let's say a lesson of geography. So the first section can be an introduction. Secondly, you can put, I don't know, nations, countries. You can add video, and this is really useful because, as you can see here, for example, this is a little button that you can go through, and it brings you up to the first page. So if you want to go to the, let's say, gallery, you just have to click on it, and it will bring you directly to that page. And so on. We can go through the templates. You can structure your content here, and we can like have a fast look. So what you can do is you can, let's say, go back. Okay, you can go to, once again, to the link. You can use it, okay, and you can after that upload it with your educational resources edited. You can, for example, uploading it to the EduPlat platform, as I did, which is really easy. I can show you. So you can you go on your profile, you click on publish resource, you put the URL of the resource, and it goes like that. Okay, for example, if I put here this one, you will continue, and that's it. You basically uploaded your education resources. Here it goes automatic with the description, the author, the title, the language. You can select the language. You can tell your colleagues to whom is useful for this educational resource. Let's say primary school, high school, and so on. You can put your category, so it will, because that would be easy for your colleagues to spot directly which kind of resource do I want. So if I want mathematics, I can go there. If I want languages or health or natural sciences and so on. And this is it. You just uploaded your education resource. But go back to my templates that I want to show you, and you will find them here. So if I'm not able to show you all the all the templates, you can go on my profile and download them, or just click on them, editing your own educational resources, and re-upload it if you want to share with other people. Because by sharing, you can get feedback, you can get comments, or what's the best for you. Unfortunately, it's not working. But okay, here we are again. Okay, I will go back to my profile. Meanwhile, if there are any question, if there is any question, I'm more than welcome to reply. I believe that the page just expired. Okay, so I will go back.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Filippo. No problem.
Okay.
Just a couple of things, yeah, important. Now, Filippo, because obviously he was in the congress in Italy, he knows the address of the old one. Now, it's important that if you go to the platform, you go through the EduPlat.org, because otherwise it might not be updated. Yeah. So it should work. It looks like Filippo's is working, but Filippo, you're using the old address. So maybe because you saved it, yeah, with the numbers. So remember, the best way to access the platform and to make sure that you have the last version is to go to eduplat.org and then click where it says educational resources. And then you know that you will be the last version always.
We can publish it on the chat. Like we can link the.
Is what I explained at the beginning of the day today. Well, yeah, I'm saying it now. If you want, you can go ahead and go through the whole thing. So if you go eduplat.org and then educational resources, and then you're there. Okay, but I mean, since you're there now, you can present where you are.
Another template that I found really interesting, it's this podcast and audio quiz. So what you can do basically is using these templates in order to use audio tracks, music clips, voice recordings, and what you can do is create a fun revision or evaluation for the classroom in order for them to learn. And the same procedure, I click on podcast and audio quiz template. It brings me here. I go on and click on visit, or another hint can be this. Like if you want to, if you just want a preview, you can go and click on. Okay, I was going to say that you can go on and click on like show. You can have a preview of what is about. Okay, so in this case, it's a preview of another template that I uploaded, which is a mock course. A mock course is a massive open online course. And here is a template that you can use in order to create your own mock course. So in this case, you see the hints on the border here, the number of weeks, for example, that you need for your students to be learning, and the title, and you can add your short description, what you want to get, what you want to earn with the outcomes out of this course. And this obviously maybe it's for another subject which is maybe more advanced, not for primary school. But here on EduPlat platform, many teachers are more than welcome to show up, and because maybe there is a teacher from primary school, there is a teacher from university, there is a school, and everyone can join the platform. So once again, back to my profile, I want to show just other few templates. I was going, for example, to say that I was going to show the podcast audio quiz that you can use, and you can add interactions you can create your own listening game and once again, this template is totally free and it's open access. Another kind of education resource, for example, can be this cover letter. Why not? A teacher can show to their students how to write a cover letter for internship, because if you're a student or you just graduated and you are looking for an opportunity, you can find here on the EduPlat platform like a precious source, which can be a cover letter. Cover letter, it's hard to write, you need some hints, and that's why here we can find it, but we can upgrade it with more and more examples and templates. This is just try out with you and see what we can add, how we can add more value to these templates. Another thing that I found really interesting was, for example, this flashcard game. Once again, you click on it, you can go and visit the template. Here you can find a description of your template, and this is basically an education resource game based. So once again, you go and visit, you see how to edit, and this brings you to basically to Slide Mania, which is a website. Okay, so here it's the editable template, and you can use it by click on here. So use this template. You can modify, edit, add, put your questions, and then download it, for example, if you want, and well, try it with your students. So here are many templates that really I believe that are very interesting, because, as I said, this is making your lesson more engaging, more catchy, and this is not what I guess students are used to. But with these templates, perhaps we can add more value. So thank you, and if you have questions, or if you want to comment, or if you want to grade the templates, are more than welcome.
Grazie, Filippo. Thank you very much. Okay, that's very useful to have so many templates over there. Remember, we're going to try to go around the speakers. So Rubena and Alessandra, if you have questions that you need to ask now, okay, you've already, yeah, no problem. So maybe actually, Ruben, if you want to say something about if what you have to say is about the platform, you can go ahead, just in case, because it's good that if you're presenting your resource, you do what, like Filippo said, instead of just presenting the resource directly. Sometimes we find it difficult to do the first step, and if the first step is going to the EduPlat platform, you might go there. But as I think, Ruben, it's best to go directly on the eduplat.org. Yes. Okay. So that's Ruben. So go ahead, Ruben. Pick up the microphone.
Now, just what Alvaro was saying, if we are in the main page of EduPlat, which right now is getting in Spanish, but anyway, is the first link, you are going to be in the right place of the platform. It's that easy, so I'm going to repeat it. That's good. That goes really fast. First link, which means resources, educational resources, and there we are. Nothing else. From here, we are in the right place of the platform. Right now, the platform is working in a secure environment, so you can put your password and anything is going to be secure. So that's the way that we recommend. In fact, we are going to take the other ways out in a few days. So this is going to be the only way to go. Another thing that you can do is, instead of going to eduplat.org, you can go to eduplat.org.es. But anyway, it's exactly the same. So what we recommend is you just go to eduplat.org and first link, just that, okay? and everything is going to be now. Right now, you are seeing it in Spanish, but of course, it's going to be in the language of your navigator. Right now, I'm putting it in English, so you can see what it's going to be if you have it in English and in any language that you have. Okay. Thank you very much. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Ruben. Yeah. In fact, I would recommend actually always to go to eduplat.org directly. Obviously, now at the moment we have to have another server to have the web page and the platform. But eventually we'll merge. The address is always going to be eduplat.org. So if you go to eduplat.org, it's easy and it's simple, and it will always be the last version there. Okay. And now it's interesting what Ruben said. What happens with many platforms? For example, when Filippo was showing us his templates with many platforms, most of them were in Italian. Why? Because he had selected Italian as a language. Well, I'm sure that if Penelope, for example, goes to those same platforms, it will be maybe in Greek, if that's the language that she selects. And if Ivan goes in Chinese, then he will get it in Chinese. So you will get to any platform. At the moment of EduPlat, it's only these 5 languages, but very, very soon, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow, we might add many more, especially languages that are also widely spoken, such as German and French. Okay, so now time for questions later. Daniela, would you like to present now? So Daniela, get the screen and the microphone.
Hello. So my presentation today, it will be a simple game. I teach children with special needs too. Some of them are dyslexic, and dyslexic present a phonological deficit that prevents them from developing in a good way phonological awareness essential for learning and read and write for all this process. Improve the skills to represent, identify, manipulate, and operate the sounds of language, and consequently a direct and positive impact in the learning of literacy, giving the students an essential tool to understand and learn the structure of written language. My presentation, it's a phono bingo. What's this? So it's a bingo, like everyone knows the game. It's famous. I'm just gonna share my presentation. Here it is. It's something very simple, but at the same time, I think it's very useful for every, teacher. Did everyone can see my screen? Not yet. And now? Yes. Okay. So, yes. The phono bingo, it's a game that improves the skills to represent, identify, and manipulate and operate the sounds of language. These skills are very important in the process of learning how to read and write, and have a very big impact in the learning process. The instructions, it's very easy. The teams can be in a small group or in pairs, dividing the difficulty of the activity, and in the last moment, individual. With the little ones, I guess it's better when we start with a little group, then in the last, make this activity individual. Start by handing the word boards to each student or group. The teacher should read each word once and loud, but not show the word. That's very important, that the word cannot be shown, because what we want is that the children can decodificate, can see what word are we speaking. And if the student see the word in his board, then he paints or match. The first who complete the board wins the challenge. I have here, okay, here an example. These words, especially in Portuguese, are all very similar, especially in the sound. Bela, dela, bota, dota, tela, tola, lota. So it's very important that they can difference all of these sounds. This is why it's important not showing the word. They have to hear and read and see where is the word. That's how we training his ability, this phonological ability. I have here a little video. I don't know if I can put it because, okay, no, it's just photos. This is one of the example. Doze, bot, dama, boy, dúzia, banana, and they paint the words that they see in their template. Okay. It's something, this game, it's not very long in time, and especially with these kids, because big games can be boring, and it's easy. And when they finish, I put a stick on with a, I don't know if you can see a trophy. Trophy. Yes, you want this, so you can get and they say very happy. So, yes, it's very simple, like I said, but I think it has a very big and good impact in children, and they can train these abilities, which are very important, especially with kids with this disability. And it's very easy to do. We can change the words that we want, the sounds that we want to work, and it's very easy to implement. Okay, thank you. I don't know if anyone has any question.
Okay, I have a question.
Let me just take my sound.
Do you use a particular template? Because I know that for bingo, boards have to be made in a special way. Okay.
Special, because for me it's a waste of paper, because what they are just looking for little words, a few just. When they read, then you can do something. For example, I like to classificate my work so I can reuse, but I guess that I can classificate is many words. For example, for a student to the 3rd grade or 4th grade, that they can look and for more words. In this case, like it was for students to the 2nd grade, and some of them don't read and take too long to read. So I choose little words, and I don't use any template. But yes, there is templates like this that I show, the example of the presentation with this configuration, but I don't use anyone in specific. I think that the important is that is color and fun, and something that they can do and practical.
Okay.
Okay, muito obrigado, Daniela. Thank you, Manuela, for your question. Remember, we'll try to ask questions at the end. That way, everyone has a chance to do a little bit of presentation and then more. And we'll go around as many times as we can if there is time. But obviously, there is a point that eventually we'll have to conclude with this session today. So now we have Margarita and Giota also presenting. Who would like to go next? I see you both okay. So Margarita, you want to go ahead?
Okay, thank you, Jutta. Hi to everyone, and I'm going to present another resource. This time is with another platform. It's live worksheets. I think already you are already seeing my screen. This platform, I have been using it a lot since I discovered it, and I think it's really flexible platform because they give you so many different activities that you can create, and I like to personalize the activities to my students. I have been teaching large groups, but right now I'm just teaching private lessons. And I was volunteer to teach Ukrainians that they have to go to Spain to have a better life. So I taught these cute girls, and I create this activity only for them. So I like live worksheets because you have the template and you just change whatever you need to change. So this one was for they to speak about themselves. So I did in a nice activity with this platform. So you can create so many different games or activities. So in this case, you just have to match. So it's really cool because it's for kids. It's incredible because it's really visual, and well, I'm doing whatever, but it was like this. It's so what is the name? I don't remember. It's really easy to figure out what you have to do in the activity. So it's one for one girl and the other one is for the other girl. And you have also audition that the platform created the audition for you. So it's really amazing. You don't have to record your own voice. The platform just doing it for you. So I did one for one girl, the other one for the other one. And at the end, you press finish and you have the option to email to the teacher, but because it's private lessons, it's not necessary. So just check the answers. Of course, we did are really horrible because I didn't do anything at all. So, but you get your score. So for self-evaluation, I find this platform really, really good. Also, you can give an assignment to the class, and you get the emails from your students with a grade. But I think that is not really necessary because the students can do the activity many times as they need to have all the correct answers. So it's not really necessary to join the class to the platform. If you want, you can do it. And you have all the videos, tutorials here. So if you want to do whatever activity, you just make the video, you just watch the video and follow the instructions, And they are really easy videos to the instructions are really easy to follow, so you can really do as many activities as you want. It's time consuming, of course, but all the platforms that we have is time consuming, but once you have the activity, you just have it. In this case, I don't know what happened with the platform, but I lose all the activities that I had, and I'm only to I have access like a student. This one, it was lost. I don't know why. I asked the platform, and they just answer me like I didn't save my work, and that is not true, because I use it, I save it, I use it for so many times, and now it's not there anymore. But I don't know, something happened with the platform, but it's like not normal that this thing happened, but just happened to me. So this is one of the negative things, that something can happen and you can lose all your work. So, but on the contrary, it's really good, flexible, and goes for all, for little kids to adults. So is one thing that I really like about this platform, that you can just create for all your class, and you just have to upload your PDF and you work with your PDF. So it's really simple to use, but of course you have to watch the videos and you have to put a lot of time into it. And that is all about my resource.
Okay, gracias, Margarita. Thank you very much. Okay, we have a final presentation, Giota. I don't see you now. Oh, yes, yeah, okay, here you are. Yeah, please. Okay, so get the microphone and the board.
I would like to present about a book report. A book report is about sharing ideas through reading books. Students can report their perspectives of reading books through this. Oh, I'm sorry. Through these, students can interact educationally and increase collaboration by sharing ideas each others, even though physical distance can separate them apart from each other. The benefits of a book report: students can practice their practical thinking, to encourage students to formulate different perspectives, to help students structure and articulate their thoughts, to help students retain and analyze the information from the assigned readings, a summary of the main ideas and arguments that the book's author has presented. Students writing a book report can write and analyze more effectively, to help them to communicate information, to improve communication skills, to enhance students' reading and writing skills and engagement in a fun way, and to help students get more knowledge, improve memory, and build more vocabulary. Some exercise that we can do for a book report at school: a summer book club, a successful and collaborative learning to a group of members, which involves students sharing their critical thinking and perspective, could be a summer club. Teacher could recommend books for students to read in summer vacations, or students can choose the book of their preference. or teacher could ask students to read the same book. And when students start school, there is a lot to discuss in common. This activity can also be supported by school librarians. A book club in social network sites. This book club could be involved in social networking sites. Students could create book club meetings where younger students could share ideas, negotiate and ask questions. In that way, students would engage in the learning process, join discussion by giving feedback and making suggestions. Even if the student is on his personal device, the book club meeting enhances good working relationships among students. Sequencing movie reel, an exercise little students can make as a book report is making a sequencing movie reel. Little students can draw the story elements and under each draw can write the information of the story they have read. A book report, and finally a book report on a paperback. Little students can make a book report of something from reading in a fun way. For example, they can read a story, then they take a paperback for the project. In front of the back, they can write the title, author, and the illustrator. They can be creative by drawing and coloring the cover of the paperback. On the sides of the back, the students could draw the characters and write about them. On the back of the paperback, the students can write the summary of the book. Little students could tell the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story by using complete sentences. Yes, and the birthday cake. Students can download an image they prefer. For example, a birthday cake. They can separate it in pieces that could include the title, the author, the context of the story, the summary, and a critical thinking. To conclude, a book report can develop several skills to students. A significant one is that builds individuals with critical thinking, but most of all improves the collaboration, the interaction with each other, and building students' relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Iota. Ευχαριστώ. Okay, so now we finish now with the round of presentations. It's time for anyone to ask questions. So instead of going around the same way, if that's okay with you, we can have anyone asking a question to any of the speakers. Okay, so whoever puts the hand first, whether it's the real hand like Daniela just did, or the virtual hand, the microphone is all yours. So go ahead, Daniela, please.
So my question is for, sorry, I don't catch the name of
the last one, Gyota?
Yes.
Gyota?
I like very much of this project, the book report. I was thinking that maybe it might be difficult to apply on little children, but when I saw the suggestions, like the movie reel or a book report on a paperback, I enjoy very much. I was thinking, I would like if you could explain better a book report on a paperback, how you proceed. You only draw the characters on the sides of the bag, the title in the front, or for example, some special part of the story that they like, if they can draw, they recount the story with the paper. If you could explain better, I appreciate. Thank you.
So many questions for you, Gyota. Go ahead.
I think it's simple. Kids can take a paperback with crayons and put their imaginations to say to express what to say what they read. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Imagination is the limit, right? I was thinking if there is something standard for example, in the front, the title. next the
Yes.
characters, and I don't
In the
know,
back.
in the back, because I know we are here showing some activities, but we have to adapt it to our children. But I was just thinking, if in this case of the paperback, if there is something structure for the presentation of the book, or if we can leave this to the students and leave them. I'm thinking if they can keep something in the back, for example, and that showing the end of the story in the front. Oh, I'm not. Yes, I'm sharing my video. In the front, they can draw the title, the characters, and the end of the story. They take something that symbolizes from inside the bag. No, I don't know. I'm just imagining. But my question is just if there is. But I'm here. Thank you. It was just that. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if you want to add anything else, Jota, or.
I thought about it as older students can write it on a paper. Younger children could draw it. An example, it's a paperback. They can cut it and draw it as they want. And then they can glue it. I don't know how to say in English. Stick and make the back again. I think it's important to help the children, to motivate them, to engage them, even if it's wrong. I think that it's very easy for them.
Okay.
Okay, Evgaristo, yeah. Yes, remember, you can put your hands up not just for questions, but also for suggestions. So go ahead, Manuela, please.
Okay, I can suggest you maybe a sort of, for example, if the students all know the books they have read, they can draw characters, events on this paper, then put the book inside. So the other children have to guess what book is about. It can be an idea for you. You're already
Yes, that's
done.
amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No, thank you both. Yeah, remember, this is something that in a Congress is easy with voices and talking, but remember that that's something that we want to happen also in the platform. So anyone sharing a resource, remember that you can get a lot back in terms of ideas or suggestions. Some of them maybe you have already done them, but others maybe it might be new and very interesting. Okay, anyone else that would like to ask a question to any of the speakers in this last presentation? I have quite a few, as you probably can guess. Yeah, well, okay, since there are not many hands up, I'll go ahead. So, Filippo, for you, yeah? I really like the idea of the templates that you shared. Now, I just wonder if you could, I know that you said that you can download them and edit them. And this is very important. It happens also with other presentations. Obviously, with some of these platforms, we were discussing that earlier. Some of these platforms, they don't mind us doing that. Others, they probably are going to try to have the idea that they want to make profit. So all your templates, can people actually access them, make a copy, and edit them at their own will? Is that something that they can do?
Okay, yeah, thank you for your question, because it's quite an interesting question indeed. So basically, yeah, most of the the templates I posted are open access. But if in case, by chance, you would find, sorry, you would find some problems in accessing it, you can ever comment on that and tell me, hey, Filippo, for example, like this template doesn't work because, for example, I cannot get access easily. So what I will do is I will get notified, I will get to have a look, and maybe I can modify it. But most of the templates, they are open access because I was I was looking into it and see firstly if everyone was freely was free to edit the templates. But in case you find any kind of problems, you can comment on EduPlat platform, and yes, I can then adjust it. But for most of the time, you can download it, you can edit on your own, and upload it back on EduPlat platform.
Grazie mille. So that's a big thank you. So basically, if I understand you well, Filippo, you didn't just select all of these templates and everything. You're making a commitment to do like an after work service. That's really good. So, and this is great. And I would like to invite everyone to do something similar with their own resources. If you find eventually that you've uploaded resources, now you think that they're not useful anymore, or some of the materials that are needed for your resource, they're no longer available or something, then by all means, just close the resource, because at the end of the day, we don't want people to be wasting their time. Obviously, that is not happening at the moment. At the moment, we want new resources coming. There are very few. The platform just started, but very soon in the future, there's going to be many. And then again, people giving value to the resources, people giving comments, the karma that you get, the karma that your resources get is going to make them stand out. But mainly is your own. So if you have resources that you feel, okay, these used to be good 2 years ago, but not anymore, then just close them. Okay. Alessandra, you have your hand up, so go ahead, please.
Okay, it's just a question for Filippo, because he said that the templates are editable to everybody.
Yes.
Yes. Do we take the risk of changing it and then screwing what you've done? Or do you understand what I mean? Because one thing is to be able to make a copy and then we add it on our own. Another thing is for people who are not so used to work with that or to working with that program to start editing and then ruining everything that you've done.
Yeah, this is such a good question indeed, because if you have a look on the templates, their extension doesn't allow you to screw or to spoil anyone's work. So basically what you do is just think that for some, you can just work online. So basically you work online, and the extension they are made of allows you to work on it and download it, okay, because you have to have the final outcome, and then you can re-upload it in the ultimate version that it's yours. Okay, so once again, if you find any kind of problem, because perhaps sometimes you can have troubles in the access, or maybe I can have the only access. I was try to pay attention to this detail, because I know that if you are in a rush, and you got to make a presentation, you want to do it without any kind of and you want to get rid of it, of those problems. So if you have any kind of problem, I can see the notification, I can adjust it. Okay.
Thank you both again. Now, important, remember, at the end of the day, the good thing of digital resources is that they can very easily be copied, just multiplied many times. So it's just a matter of making a copy before you edit it. And I'm sure that anyone sharing a resource to be edited, you have the precaution of just first register a copy for yourself. Now, I know that you have your hand up, Margarita, both your virtual and your real hand, and I'm going to give you the microphone, don't worry. Very important also, remember, in some of these platforms, it's not just about the author giving permission. We're discussing earlier, in some of these platforms, is the platform itself allowing us to do that, okay? And so it's just a matter of, like, sometimes finding out tricks. So, like, for example, in the previous roundtable, we found out that maybe with platforms like Canva, it might be good to create groups. We can actually create a classroom, and as Penelope was saying, we can create like a classroom EduPlat, and then eventually invite any teachers there. And you know, whoever finds the idea first in Canva, they can create the Canva classroom. I guess Penelope is the leader of the Canva EduPlat Canva classroom. So, you know, it's a possibility. And then eventually more people can keep changing and editing and adding value to what we're having. So it's also important, as Filippo said, if you create an alternative, another version that you find is also useful, then by all means, get a link and then upload it again in EduPlat, making the comments. This is an alternative to this other resource, and I added this. It's good for this sort of students, this type of activities, etc. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Margarita. Microphone.
It's a comment to Jota. It was about reading, but you can reverse it and do it about creative writing. In a paperback, you can put in the bottom a character, and they can write any character, a boy, a girl, a spaceman, anything. Another paperback with situations or places. And
I was thinking that they could make a paperback of the book they had read, so they can make one, thinking they can choose every character they want, or the teacher can suggest a character for them. And I think it's with a fun way, pleasant for little students to draw it. If they want, they can write it or just draw it. If they are small children.
Yeah, if they're small children, they can draw and just put it in the paperback, and then they have to pick one or two or three, and then write. They can write or draw. If they are little ones, they can draw a story with the characters that they pick from the paperback, and it gives me a lot of ideas with these paperbacks. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you, guys. Well done. So more questions. I have a few comments and a few questions, but then again, I want you all to participate. No hands? My turn. Okay, so I have a comment for you, Manuela, and then a question for Margarita. The comment is about, no, sorry, Manuela, Daniela meant. Sorry, Daniela. And yeah, I like the you know, if you remember when Daniela was showing us the work for students that have special needs. Obviously, students with special needs, they also need special motivation. And a simple stamp like this trophy was good enough to motivate them, Daniela told us. And just remember that this is something that happens to all of us. And it happens to all humans. There are many studies that say that we don't get burnt out from having too much work. We get burnt out from not getting enough feedback. So now this is an opportunity for everyone. There's been fantastic resources being shared here. I can see many comments already. Remember, comments about good things, the more open you have them, the better. One way already it will be to make comments on the Edu platform. But remember, we also need to have comments in the social media, tagging us, tag like with links to the resource, not just from the author, but from anyone, because that will mean more people get to know about this platform and eventually start using it and having extra resources. Another question for you, Margarita, was, you mentioned about this worksheet, the live worksheets platform, and that you said that you can download sometimes like a PDF, like I guess like an export of your work. You also mentioned, if I'm not, maybe I misunderstood you, that you can upload a PDF. Does the platform convert your PDF into the interactive worksheet? So does it work both ways?
You download your PDF and you have to create your activity. But the base is your own PDF. And you follow the videos and they teach you how to create this interactive work, but it's from your own PDF. You can use all the activities that the teacher has been doing. So you have a lot of activities, but you can create your own ones. And it's with your PDF. So I do a PowerPoint. I convert that PowerPoint in PDF and I upload to the platform, and then I work with it. It's a lot of time, but you can manage to do it. And it's really cool.
Okay, but if I understand well, so then basically you have to convert into PDF because the platform can read PDF as well. But can it convert into its own version relatively quickly, or does it involve a lot of your time to do that?
It's involved a lot of your time, but once you do one, then the second one is a little bit easier. Okay. But it's time consuming.
Okay. No, but it's also because you mentioned the fact that sometimes the platform, the platform went down. There was
I lose all my work. I lose it. I only have one work that I did last week.
If you have the original PDF files, and the platform can read the PDF files, then they can reproduce them again in the same way.
I have to do it again. I have to upload my PDF and do again the activity.
So it's not automatic. It's something that when you upload,
it's not
PDF,
automatic.
You need to do one by one.
You have to do it.
Okay, yeah.
So
again,
that is...
yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So then again, it's something that is to consider. Many platforms, and when they say you download your work, you're actually not downloading your work. What you're doing is you're downloading an export of your work. This means a version that you can share with others, like PDF file or anything. And it's useful because you have something, but it's not as useful in the sense that you cannot edit it. And also for us in the collaboration, it's even more difficult. So for example, if Margarita wanted to share her work and not just what she's done for teachers to use in exactly the same way, but if say you wanted to share your work so that other teachers can create another version, will this platform allow it, or will it be difficult to create a copy?
There is two ways. There is two ways of sharing. You can have it for yourself, and you just share. You have to share the link. You share a link. You can share your link with your students, or you can do it in public. And publish in public, and public means that all the teachers that enter in the platform and they are looking for something that you, for example, present simple, yeah, they reach to your material, they can use it, because there is two options: private sharing, so you with your students, or public sharing.
Okay, there's no halfway in between.
Sorry.
There is no halfway in between, and also when you make it public, can actually people edit it, or can they just use it as useful but not edit?
I think you cannot editing the work. Is done like this. Okay. I don't think so.
No problem.
But you share a link.
Okay, fine. Then go ahead and share as many of those links as you want in the EduPlat platform. That way, many people will be able to use them. Thank you, Margarita. You. More questions? Anyone? Remember, any around this table? We have about 10 minutes for questions, so we have maybe a couple of questions left. before we move on to the finalizing this part of the Congress. I see many hands up. Okay, that's great. Now, another possibility, and to fill this nicely, these 10 minutes, I know that many of you joined us like late, and you submitted possibilities of sharing resources, and you didn't have a chance. So if you have something ready that you would like to share, any resource, that also is an opportunity. I'm talking about the people around this table, people that have already presented resources, but especially for people that have not managed to present resources because they joined the project last minute. So if you have anything that you want to share, now is a good time to do so. Okay, I guess you're all quiet, so it means that nobody is ready to share any specific things. No problem. Okay, so then we can proceed into the conclusion. Now, what we can do is we have only 20 minutes. It looks like it's a lot of time, but this is going to be the conclusion of the main project. As I said, tomorrow, remember, we're going to be in a conference again. Those people are here in Zaragoza. We're going to continue being here, but we're going to be talking mainly about ideas to move on with EduPlat. The platform, the idea of the Congress is continuing, the idea of all the social media that we managed to get many people participating in social media, and the idea that we want to also continue giving awards to teachers. There are many people that have volunteered to select resources and then eventually give awards. We're giving awards in different countries, we're giving awards in different platforms. So you can imagine that every month there is quite a few of awards being given. But this is in a way like Daniela's students that get very happy when they find the trophy. So teachers do get very happy. And also sometimes it's not just about being happy, it's about actually getting work. And nowadays in many countries, especially the ones in this consortium, Greece, Italy, Portugal and Spain, we have like the civil servant access, but they're going to be more and more schools that are going to be more keen on employing teachers if they can prove how valuable they are through platforms like EduPlat. So that's why it's very important for us to continue that. So if you have any ideas, general about the platform, any ideas on how to make it more sustainable, long future, etc., tomorrow might be the day. There's going to be presentations from each of the partners in the consortium, and then eventually a debate. So, but there will be opportunities for those of you interested in joining. We will not have the standard sharing of resources that we had today or in the other congresses. So in a way to conclude this, I would like you to just give of what you take in your from this day today, because tomorrow is going to be very different. From what you take today could be something like any specific resource that you particularly liked. What you take from today could be any idea that you had or any feeling that you had. And ideally, it would be good if anyone can give just like one thing that you're taking, because that way, maybe more of us can take more. Yeah. So because I've proposed this activity, I would like to be last, if that's okay. So anyone, just pick up your microphone and you may say just one word. You might say one sentence. You might mention one resource. You might mention one speaker that for some reason inspired you. And then that way we can all have, you know, more of the learning. Okay. Who would like to go first? It looks like Daniela is over there and Giota and everyone. Okay, Daniela first. Go ahead.
Okay. No, the idea that I take from this this Congress, thank you, is that we try to look to the old games and old tools that we use as a child in a different way. and try to use them in our work with children. Nowadays, children that requires different needs. And I think that's very interesting because in one side, we have all this develop of the
New technologies.
Yes, new technologies. And in the other side, we have these old tools that we used to use as a child, and then we are reusing and giving another utility, which is very interesting and helpful, especially for us to keep the attention, because I felt that these days children already know everything and don't get enthusiastic so easily. So I think it's something that can help us get their attentions. So thank you.
Muito obrigado, Daniela. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, Giot, I think you have your hand up. So if you want to speak next.
I wanted to say that what I understand today is that education has no limits. Everyone could have access at any time, anywhere. Even if we speak a different language, we can collaborate and interact. Everyone can probably can access information, even if he study on his personal device. He can communicate and share information and ideas and help each other, even if we were in a different location. It's free, and all together, I think, can be a team and make education enjoyable. That's all.
Ευχαριστώ, Giota. Thank you very much.
Και εγώ ευχαριστώ.
Okay, who else would like? You don't all need to say something, but ideally it would be good if we all did, yeah? Okay, go ahead, Margarita.
Yeah, as Giota has said, collaborative work is one of the most important things that EduPlat have to offer. The new ideas with a resource, we start to think and create new ideas. So we make from one resource, we make many different resources. And one resource that maybe is for mathematics, give us the idea to use it for language or for science or whatever. So that is really amazing. And the beauty of helping. The beauty of helping each other, that is the thing that I carry with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Penelope, if you want to go ahead.
Yes, sorry for my webcam. I ran out of battery before. Yeah, you can see. I want to say that conferences like this always are always so inspiring for me. I have new technologies, new projects, new resources, ideas of using generally. For example, I use generally myself, but I never thought it could be so complicated and do so complex work with it. I'm really good at it. I participated on this, and I hope collaboration is inside teachers as a habit, as in their hearts, and it will go on very well, I hope.
Okay, Evaristo, Penelope, Alessandra, if you want to go ahead now.
Well, what I'm about to say was already mentioned by the other colleagues, but I really would like to reinforce the fact that this Congress allowed us not only to share, because sharing, we can have it on the internet, we can have it on books, we can look, but it allowed us to have, to reflect and to have a very interesting discussion about the resources that were presented. And it allowed us to make suggestions, which is easier to do when we are together. The purpose of our platform is to stimulate that online, because from now on it would be, or it will be, more difficult for us to be together in this type of situations. But I don't know, it started something that we would like to see in the platform later on, which is to cooperate with each other to say, well, this resource is fantastic, but it was targeted for English, but I'm going to use it in my math lesson. Today in the Portuguese channel, we had this situation. What was it? It was the stop game that was presented to be played in a language lesson. And suddenly we started talking about how we could adapt it to the other subjects of the teachers that were in the session. And we end up getting ideas on how to apply that game in a maths lesson. And I think that this is the best part of our Congress, is to have us all thinking on how to help our colleague and how to apply our resource to another subject. Well, and that's great. Thank you all.
Muito obrigado, Alessandra. Okay, who wants to mention something now? Come on, there's more people there. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I can say something.
Go ahead, Filippo. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I want to say that it's been a journey. It's been a pleasant journey, because I was speaking with some teachers today, and we came up with this, that teachers nowadays can have the privilege to benefit from technology, the internet, and everything coming from this resource. But obviously, as everything, you need to make things in balance and try to see the good and the bad out of those things that can affect education. Because teachers' role is very important, in my opinion, and can really affect people that want to learn, want to have a knowledge, and they want to wide, to broaden their knowledge. And in this, EduPlat can be helpful, can have a role, can have responsibilities as well, because EduPlat is about sharing, is about taking care in a kind of way. It's taking care of teachers that, from their point of view, have to take care of students. And I felt really, how can I say, supportive, and I've been supported. That's why tomorrow it's a huge day, big day, talking about EduPlat future. And this is not only about us, but this is about us, like not about us partners, but about us, everyone, schools, teachers, families. WES is about to help us. So I hope we'll be enjoying more than this. Thank you.
Grazie, Filippo. Thank you. Okay, Ruben, your hand is up. So go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that what I really take from here is that from any field that you give a resource, I can use it for any other field. So what I found really interesting is in seeing a lot of things from teachers from Spanish, teachers from English that I can use in my filmmaking classes, or I can use in my computer classes. So for example, I remember this small game. It's really fast. I'm sure that you have seen it sometimes. Is that game that you give the mobile to one of your students, and he's going to have a name. Let's see if I can do it properly. Okay, he's going to have a name. I don't know what is going on there. I think it says Darwin. So the idea is you tell me things like, he invented, I don't know, evolution or whatever. So the child had to guess, who are you talking about? And it's really interesting because I was using it for filmmaking, but I discovered that you can use it, for example, in English, just putting color names. So they have to explain things about this color in English, of course, for example. So everything that we are getting from any other field is interesting. And I especially think that in EduPlat platform, when you can choose the discipline that you are probably watching for your thing. I mean, if you are an English teacher, you are going to be watching for English resources. So why not look for math resources, natural science resources, and something there is going to be useful for you as well. Thank you very much.
Gracias, Ruben. Thank you. Okay, we have a couple of minutes left for a couple of more suggestions. So come on, guys. Those of you who have been in the background, I'm very, very surprised to see that Francesco has not opened his microphone yet to say something. Oh, he goes ahead now.
Thank you for giving the words to me. Just wanted to say that, well, you have said everything. I just want to synthesize my point of view with 2 words: heterogeneous stimuli. Stimuli not only as regards the subjects, as Rubens has just said, but also as regards the different grades of school, which is also important because we have much more than we think in common. And also the participation of a parent, Roberta, who has given us the opportunity to think about problems concerning ADHD students, has also enlarged somehow our scope. We have a now a heterogeneous participation too. Thank you.
Grazie, Francesco. Okay, anyone else, please go ahead. Yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, we're not going to force anyone, no problem. So I guess it's my turn now. I propose now. I have a few words, but actually they can be summarized in just 2 words, but you need to guess them. So I'm going to give you letter by letter each of the words. The first letter is H. H for heart, as Penelope was saying. And I'm thinking that it's very, very good that many people here were so passionate about this. And they are being passionate. We discovered them in EduPlat because they were passionate already before they even knew about the word EduPlat. They were passionate sharing resources. They were passionate with the heart. And they were doing that because they know that by doing that, we are actually making a better impact in the world. The students depend on us. If we teachers help each other, eventually the world will be better. The H is also for heterogeneous, as Francesca said. We managed to have like a wide variety of activities, a wide variety of resources. Variety, why? Because there's teachers from many different subjects, teachers that are teaching in different levels. At the moment, we have mainly primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, but remember that EduPlat is open also for teachers teaching like adults or teaching anything. The second letter is the O. Remember that you have to make up the word. The O is for offer. And as Alexandra was saying, is that we have a lot to offer. We're sharing many resources, and we can share more thanks to these technologies. And at the end of the day, we have more possibilities. Then we go on people, P for people. So people help. And as Margarita was saying, we're helping each other doing this. And it's very, very important that we continue this help because the other letter I have is E, and E is for EduPlat, obviously. And EduPlat is important that the show must go on. And if we make a compromise that the show will go on even after we don't have these regular meetings, these reminders, because at the end of the day, these are reminders, then we can find that in EduPlat, we have a tool to share resources and to continue the collaboration. But what could happen if we don't do this is that we will not have, what word did you get from these 4 letters? Did you hope? Yeah, we will not get hope. It's very, very important. If we want to have hope that this is going to continue, we need to make a commitment. And because otherwise, at the end of the day, we are very busy and we are going to have a tendency to do what we feel is urgent. Sometimes what we feel is urgent is not necessarily what we know is important. And what we feel is urgent, it might not be, oh, wow, how many days, how many weeks, how many months I have not actually accessed this platform to see if there's anything. So feel a balance of what you want. Obviously, making reminders is important. And I would like to make sure that everyone here remember that if you're not following the social media of EduPlat, please do so, because there is a way that you might have reminders. Because maybe you will not remember to go visit EduPlat as in regularly, but I'm sure that you might visit all the social media that you are sharing other things with. And then you will get like maybe the notifications. And it's important that we want to hope that EduPlat will continue. That everyone in this Congress remember to share not just the resources in EduPlat, but share the links of your resources in EduPlat in your social media with tags, so that we can continue replicating as we've been doing in the past before we actually launched the platform. Okay, so I have hope. I wonder who else here has hope. Please put your hands up if you have hope that this is going to work. And thank you very much, everyone, for coming, especially those of you who came from very far away. Remember that tomorrow we are going to be connecting again at 10 a.m. Central European time. For those of you who have the time, it's Mother's Day tomorrow in many countries. So by all means, if you have a mother that you want to be with, or you are a mother yourself and you want to be with your children, that's okay as well. Those of you who have time to connect a little bit, we'll try to keep the conversations on for the whole time between 10 and 1:30. There's going to be breaks. We'll try to put when we have the breaks, but mainly remember we'll have presentations, and we welcome your ideas and think that we can have more hope. Thank you very much. A big round of applause, right? Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you.